A Gwanran North and Taff. A systemic misogyny in the Metropolitan Police is an example of delegation of morality in action. So I had a conversation with an ex-inspector in my coffee shop, and he was defending the police. So he's a retired inspector, good guy, up in the north of England. And he was defending, he said, how can a police force be systemically misogynist? And then I was talking to him about his career, where he found himself ostracized in the tea room, in a particular force. He had a very unpleasant experience of being ostracized in the tea room. Yeah? And then, so he moved forces into another one. And then he identified a moment, we both did, where something happened, where there was some conversation going on, and a reference was made to somebody derogatory, and the inspector I was talking to didn't like it. And he didn't call it out. And why? Because he'd just come from a place where he was ostracized, trying to find a way to fit into this new force, desperate to find out what the culture is. You know, he's looking for morality. He's a moral man. He wants morality. But he also needs to fit into this force. He's got another 15 years to go before he can retire. And that's all he wants is his pension. He's the only decent pension in the country is the police. At a sensible age, at a reasonable rate. So he wants that badly. So he's prepared to give in a little in order to sustain a career. And he does, very successfully. But in the culture that has been reinforced in the tea room, where a derogatory term was used for a person, and that's been allowed to stand. And because it's allowed to stand in the culture, it's allowed to stand at the very top. Because that's how narcissism works. They want a delegated morality system. Yeah? They want idiots in the police force who can't make decisions for themselves, who don't have a certificate to microwave opacity. That's the level of people that we're now arriving in the police force, people who shouldn't be wearing that uniform because they don't understand how powerful it is for those of us who suffer under it. So you now have an immoral police force, a clearly immoral police force. And that the events on the coronation where that police force was unleashed on just people for holding up their opinion written on a placard that was neither wrong nor offensive. That's a constitutional right, it's a police state. So, and that's why you've allowed this immorality to happen. So that accusation of systemic misogyny is the key to unlocking our society and returning morality back to the uniform of the person who wears it. The constable on the street must bear the morality of the king, because then he is a person to be respected. If he wears the uniform of the clown, then he is a person to be loathed, because he's choosing to wear that uniform. So, systemic misogyny is narcissism. Narcissism is corruption, and corruption is your system in the UK. So your choice is clear. Carry on and accept the suicide rate that you have, that some people will die, okay? You've delegated that morality, not your problem, yeah? You didn't vote for him. Or you can retain true sovereignty, which is what you actually voted for in the referendum. I'm just telling you, you've won the prize, my friends. We've done the hard work. We've demonstrated democracy has failed, and we're going to build a new country of peace immediately by laser injecting that misogyny out of the police force and replacing the king with a moral head of the Church of England. Archbishop of Canterbury, do your job. Love rules. Do the work. Choose.